I'm back to another album review. This is a big milestone for this series because this is my 350th album review. To celebrate, I'm going to review But Here We Are by Foo Fighters. This is the 11th studio album by Foo Fighters and is a follow-up to Medicine at Midnight from 2021. The album was recorded at Studio 606 West, and it was self-produced with help from Greg Kurstin. This is actually the third time Greg has worked with these guys, fourth if you include Hale Satin. The album was mixed by Spike Stent and was mastered by Randy Merrill. The album was released on June 2nd, 2023 on Roswell Records and RCA Records. Prior to the making of this album, Dave Grohl said that the next Foo Fighters album would have a lot of elements of progressive rock, and that's sort of what we got with this album. However, a tragedy struck on March 25th, 2022, when the band's drummer, Taylor Hawkins, had passed away at the young age of 50. This caused the band to cancel the rest of their tour. A lot of people in the rock and metal communities came together to express their condolences. Notable examples include Pantera, Guns N' Roses, Serj Tankian, Garbage, and the Cranberries, among others, heading to social media to mourn the loss of Taylor. To make things worse, Dave Grohl lost his mother, Virginia, in July of that same year. A lot of people were questioning the future of the band around that time. December of 2022 was when Foo Fighters released a statement saying that they would continue as a band, but things are going to be different for them going forward. April 19th, 2023 was when they announced the release date for this album. It was also revealed that Dave was the one who played drums in the studio. It was the first time he played drums on a Foo Fighters album since In Your Honor back in 2005. The band also dedicated the album to Taylor and Virginia. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. Anyways, let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Rescued, which was released as a single on April 19th, 2023, the same day the album's release date was announced. The song alone gives us a taste of just how emotional the album is, and the album overall shows us the kind of shit that Foo Fighters are going through during that fucking nightmare that was 2022. The next track is Under You, which was released as a single on May 17th, 2023. Just like the last song, I think this is another song that was written mourning the loss of Taylor. I too was affected by the loss of Taylor because I got to see Foo Fighters in concert back in April of 2018. This is also my favorite song from this album. After that is Hearing Voices. Judging by the lyrics, I'm guessing this is supposed to be about Dave hearing the voices of Taylor and Virginia because they sadly passed away in 2022. Next up is But Here We Are. This track shares the same name as the album in case it wasn't obvious enough. I think this song is also the band's way of saying that they're still here and that things will be different going forward. Up next is The Glass, which was released as a single on December 29th, 2023. On a side note, my dad sometimes plays this song on his radio show. A music video was made, and there's a link in the description. We followed up with Nothing at All. I think this is another song about what the band was going through prior to making this album. That's followed up by Show Me How, which was released as a single on May 25th, 2023. I think this is supposed to be about Dave's mother, which probably explains why it has a softer tone than the last song. The song also features additional vocals from Dave's daughter, Violet. Now, the song received a music video, and there's a link in the description. The following track is Beyond Me. The way I see it, the song fits within the overall theme of the album. The second to last track is The Teacher, which was released as a single on May 30th, 2023. This has the distinction of being the longest song from Foo Fighters, clocking in at at 10 minutes and 4 seconds. There's a lot of elements of progressive rock. I think it's one of the best songs on the whole album. My dad thinks that Dave wrote the song about Virginia, and I think so too. The music video was made, there's a link in the description. The outro for the album is Rest. This is another progressive rock song. It's quiet throughout most of the runtime. It gets loud suddenly near the end before going back to being quiet. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200. It was also number 1 on the US top hard rock albums and top alternative albums. Then again, it was also number 2 on the US top rock albums. It was also certified silver in the UK. The album was received very well from critics since it has an 86 on Metacritic. Even Pitchfork had the decency to give it a positive review by giving it a 7 out of 10. Now for my thoughts. I think this is an amazing album overall. Not only is this the most emotional album from Foo Fighters, but also what I think is their best album. Yes, even better than Sonic Highways. I even place this as the second best album of 2023. The only 2023 album I thought was better was Memento Mori by Depeche Mode. Similar to Foo Fighters, Depeche Mode mourning the loss of Andy Fletcher since he sadly passed away in 2022. And they made Memento Mori to honor him, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, May 21st, 2023 was when Josh Freese was announced as the new drummer for Foo Fighters. Josh has been the drummer for Devo since the 90s, but he has also worked with Seether, Nine Inch Nails, Weezer, A Perfect Circle, Guns N' Roses, Suicidal Tendencies, Infectious Grooves, Chris Cornell, Static X, Gavin Rossdale, Queens of the Stone Age, and dozens of other artists. To say that Josh has a shitload of experience as a drummer would be an understatement, and I think he's an excellent choice for a Foo Fighters drummer going forward. Overall, I highly recommend this album. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to But Here We Are? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you think this album compares to the previous albums from Foo Fighters? And what are your thoughts on Josh Freese being their new drummer? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another review.